Hello everyone and welcome to English Adventure, where language meets the real life. I'm your host Adam and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a returning listener, thank you for joining me on this exciting journey to improve your English and enrich your life. If you're new, welcome aboard. And if you're a regular, it's so awesome to have you back. You're taking steps to grow, and that's something to celebrate. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode packed with tips, stories, and inspiration to keep you moving forward. Let's make this adventure a regular part of your learning. Today, we're diving into a topic that's a game changer for learning English and beyond: the magic of consistency. This isn't just about mastering a language, it's about building a better you, one small step at a time. Consistency is the secret ingredient to achieving your dreams, whether that's speaking English fluently, landing a dream job, getting healthier, or boosting your confidence. In this episode, we'll explore what consistency really means, why it's so powerful, and how it can transform your life. We'll talk about why some people give up too soon and share practical tips to help you stay on track, even on tough days. Plus, I'll sprinkle in real-life stories and examples to make it all crystal clear. By the end, you'll have actionable ideas to apply to your English learning and any goal you're chasing. So, grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's embark on this adventure into the power of consistency. If you're ready to grow, learn, and keep moving forward, this episode is for you. Let's get started. So, what exactly is consistency? In simple terms, it's about showing up regularly and doing something over and over, even when it's hard or you don't see instant results. It's not about being perfect or doing everything at once. It's about small, steady actions that add up over time. Picture this: you're learning to ride a bike. If you try once, fall off, and never get back on, you'll never learn. But if you practice for 10 minutes every day, even if you wobble at first, you'll eventually be zooming down the street. That's consistency in action. It's the same with English. If you practice a little every day, say, listening to a podcast for 15 minutes or learning 5 new words, your skills will grow stronger over time. Here's another example. Imagine you're saving money to buy something special, like a new phone. If you save just $1 a day, it might feel slow at first. But after a year, you've got $365. That's the magic of small, consistent efforts. They build up to something big. Consistency isn't about doing a lot in one go. It's about doing a little bit regularly. You don't need to study English for hours or memorize 100 words in a day. Just show up, do something small, and keep at it. Over weeks and months, those small steps will lead to massive progress. Now, let's talk about why consistency is such a superpower. When you stick with something, even in small doses, you're building momentum like a snowball, rolling down a hill, getting bigger and stronger with every turn. Let's say you want to improve your English listening skills. You decide to listen to an English song every morning while getting ready. On day 1, you might catch a few words. By day 10, you're picking up whole phrases. After a month, you're singing along to parts of the song. And after 3 months, you're understanding lyrics you never thought you could. That's because your brain is getting used to the sounds and patterns of English, little by little. Here's a fun analogy. Think of consistency like watering a plant. One big bucket of water once a month won't keep it alive. But a little water every day, that plant will thrive. Your English skills are like that plant small, daily efforts keep them growing. Consistency is also powerful because it builds habits. When you do something every day, it becomes part of who you are. You don't need to rely on motivation, which can be like a roller coaster up one day, down the next. Instead, consistency is like a steady engine that keeps you moving forward, even when you're not in the mood. Let me share a quick story. My friend Maria wanted to get fit. She tried intense workouts for hours, but gave up after a week because it was too much. Then, she switched to walking 15 minutes every evening. At first, it didn't feel like much, but after a few months, she was fitter, happier, and even started jogging. Those small, consistent walks changed her life, not because they were big, but because she kept doing them. The same applies to learning English. You don't need to be a genius or study all day. Just keep showing up and the results will come. And here's the exciting part. Consistency doesn't just build your language. Skillset unlocks a world of benefits that can change your life in ways you might not expect. Consistency doesn't just help you learn, it transforms your life in so many ways. Let's break down some of its amazing benefits. First, consistency leads to progress. Every time you practice English, whether it's reading a short article, watching a video, or speaking a few sentences, you're getting better. Maybe you don't notice it day to day, but over weeks and months, those small efforts add up. One day, you'll realize you can understand a movie without subtitles or have a conversation without freezing up. Second, consistency builds confidence. When you stick with something, you start to trust yourself. You think, hey, I'm doing this, I'm improving. That confidence spills over into other areas of your life. You might feel bolder applying for a job, talking to new people, or trying new things, all because you've proven to yourself that you can keep going. Third, consistency creates discipline. It teaches you to prioritize and manage your time. Even on busy days, if you carve out 10 minutes to practice English, you're training your brain to stay focused and committed. That discipline can help you tackle other goals, like eating healthier or saving money. Finally, consistency reduces stress. When you make small actions part of your routine, they become second nature, like brushing your teeth. You don't overthink it, you just do it. This makes learning feel less overwhelming and more like a natural part of your day. For example, let's say you read one English sentence every night before bed. At first, it's just a sentence, but over time, you're reading paragraphs, then articles, and maybe even books. That small habit builds skills, confidence, and calm all because you stayed consistent. Now, let's be real. Staying consistent isn't always easy. Life gets in the way, and we all face challenges that can throw us off track. Let's talk about some common ones and how to overcome them. One big challenge is boredom. At first, learning English might feel exciting, but after a while, doing the same thing like studying vocabulary can feel repetitive. To beat boredom, mix things up. Try watching a funny English YouTube video one day, reading a comic strip the next, or even singing along to a song. Keeping it fresh makes it fun. Another challenge is fatigue. After a long day, you might feel too tired to study. That's okay. On those days, do something small, like listening to a podcast while relaxing or reviewing a few words. Even 5 minutes keeps your habit alive, and you'll often find you have more energy than you thought. Distractions are another hurdle. Phones, social media, or even family demands can pull you away. Try setting aside a specific time and place for your English practice. Maybe it's 10 minutes in the morning before anyone else is awake. Turn off notifications, find a quiet spot, and make that time yours. Finally, many people struggle with self-doubt. You might think, I'm not getting better, or this is too hard. Those thoughts are normal, but they're not true. Progress takes time, and every small step counts. Remind yourself why you're learning English. Maybe it's to travel, connect with friends, or boost your career. Keep that goal in mind and don't let doubt stop you. Staying consistent can feel challenging when life gets busy or motivation dips. But don't worry, I've got you covered with practical, detailed strategies to keep you on track. These tips are designed to make consistency feel manageable and even enjoyable, whether you're learning English or working toward any goal. Let's dive into 6 powerful ways to build and maintain consistency, with clear steps and examples to guide you. 1. Start small and build gradually. Big goals are exciting, but trying to do too much too soon can lead to burnout. Instead, begin with tiny, achievable actions that feel so easy you can't say no. For English learning, this might mean spending just 5-10 minutes a day on a single task, like reading one short paragraph from an English blog or listening to a 3-minute podcast clip. For example, you could pick a daily word of the day from a dictionary app and use it in a sentence. The key is to make it so simple that it feels effortless. Over time, as this habit becomes second nature, you can gradually increase your practice. Maybe add another 5 minutes or try a slightly longer article. Small steps build momentum, and before you know it, you're doing more without feeling overwhelmed. 2, create a routine that sticks. Habits thrive when they're tied to a specific time or activity in your day. By linking your English practice to an existing routine, like drinking your morning coffee or winding down before bed, you make it automatic, no need to decide when to start. For instance, try this. Every evening while I brush my teeth, I'll listen to an English song and jot down one new phrase. Or, right after lunch, I'll watch a 5-minute English video with subtitles. Pick a time and place that works for you and stick to it consistently. If mornings are hectic, maybe practice during your commute or while cooking dinner. The goal is to make your English practice a natural part of your day, like eating or checking your phone. Over time, your brain will expect it, and skipping it will feel strange. 3, track your progress visually. Seeing your efforts add up is incredibly motivating. Use a notebook, a calendar, or a habit tracking app to mark each day you complete your English practice. For example, draw a big X on a wall calendar every time you finish your 10-minute listening session, or use an app like Habitica to turn your progress into a fun game. You could even create a streak board where you add a sticker for each day you practice. Watching those X's or stickers pile up creates a visual chain you won't want to break. If you miss a day, don't panic, just note it and jump back in. For added motivation, write down one thing you learned each day, like a new word or phrase. Looking back at your progress, even after just a week, will remind you how far you've come and inspire you to keep going. 4, reward yourself for consistency. Celebrating your efforts, no matter how small, keeps you motivated and makes learning fun. Set mini milestones like practicing English for 7 days straight and reward yourself with something you enjoy. It doesn't have to be big, maybe. Treat yourself to a favorite dessert, watch an episode of an English show without subtitles, or take a relaxing walk while listening to your favorite music. For example, after 2 weeks of daily practice, you could buy a small notebook to jot down new vocabulary, or treat yourself to a coffee date where you practice speaking English with a friend. These rewards create positive associations with your habit, making your brain crave the next session. Just be sure to tie rewards to your consistency, not perfection. Even if you only practice for 5 minutes some days, you're still showing up, and that deserves a cheer. 5, find a learning buddy or community. Learning with others makes the journey more enjoyable and holds you accountable. Find a friend, family member, or colleague who's also learning English and commit to practicing together. You could exchange daily voice messages in English, challenging each other to use a new word or phrase. For example, send a 30-second recording describing your day and have your buddy reply with theirs. If you don't have a friend to practice with, join an online community like a language learning forum or a social media group for English learners. Platforms like Discord or Reddit have groups where you can share tips, ask questions, or even join virtual study sessions. Having others cheer you on or even struggle alongside you makes tough days easier and keeps you motivated to stick with it. 6, be kind and patient with yourself. Life isn't perfect, and neither is your learning journey. There will be days when you're tired, busy, or just not feeling it, and that's okay. If you miss a day or stumble over a sentence, don't let it discourage you. Instead of thinking, I failed, say, I'll try again tomorrow. Treat yourself like you treat a friend learning something new with encouragement and understanding. For example, if you plan to read an English article but only managed a few sentences, celebrate those sentences. They're still progress. Keep a journal where you write one positive thing about your effort each day, like, I learned the word curious today, or I spoke English without overthinking. Being kind to yourself builds resilience, helping you bounce back from setbacks and stay committed for the long haul. These tips aren't just about learning English, they're about creating a sustainable habit that fits into your life. By starting small, building a routine, tracking your progress, rewarding your efforts, connecting with others, and staying compassionate with yourself, you'll turn consistency into your superpower. Keep these strategies in your toolbox and watch how they transform not just your English, but your confidence and growth in every area of life. Let me share an inspiring story about a listener named Aisha. Aisha lives in a busy city and works long hours at a cafe. She always dreamed of speaking English fluently to help tourists at her job, but she struggled to find time to study. She'd try intense study sessions once a week, but she'd get overwhelmed and quit. One day, Aisha decided to try something different. She committed to practicing English for just 10 minutes every night after work. She started by watching short English travel videos with subtitles, jotting down one new phrase each time. At first, it felt like nothing was happening, but she kept a small notebook where she wrote down each day she practiced, and soon she had a page full of check marks. After a month, Aisha noticed she could understand more of the videos without subtitles. She started using the phrases she learned with customers, like, "Would you like a recommendation?" or "Enjoy your visit." By 6 months, she was having short conversations in English, and her confidence soared. Customers began complimenting her, and she even got a promotion because of her improved skills. Aisha's secret? She didn't try to do everything at once. She started small, stayed consistent, and believed in her small steps. Today, she's not just better at English, she's prouder, bolder, and even dreams of traveling abroad. Aisha's story shows that consistency doesn't require big effort, just steady, small actions. Learning English is an exciting adventure, but it can feel overwhelming without a clear plan. The good news? You don't need to study for hours or be perfect to make progress. By focusing on consistent, smart practice, you can build your skills step by step. Below are 5 detailed tips to help you stay consistent and make your English learning journey fun, effective, and rewarding. Let's dive in with practical ideas you can start using today. 1. Practice daily with purpose. Consistency thrives on daily effort, even if it's short. Aim for 15-30 minutes of English practice each day to keep your brain active and reinforce what you're learning. The key is to focus on quality over quantity. Choose activities that engage you and fit your schedule. For example, in the morning, listen to a 15-minute episode of an English podcast, like BBC Learning English, while eating breakfast. During lunch, read a short news article or a page from an easy English book, like a graded reader. Before bed, write 3 sentences about your day in a notebook. These small, purposeful sessions add up. To make it even more effective, set a specific goal for each session, like today, I'll learn 2 new phrases from the podcast, or I'll underline words I don't know in the article. Daily practice keeps your mind tuned to English, helping you retain vocabulary and improve faster than sporadic, long study sessions. 2, mix it up to keep it fresh. Variety is the spice of learning. Doing the same activity every day can get boring, so switch things up to stay excited and engaged. Create a weekly plan where each day focuses on a different skill or resource. For instance, on Monday, listen to an English pop song and try to write down 5 lyrics you understand. On Tuesday, write a short journal entry about your favorite hobby. Wednesday could be movie night watch, a 10-minute clip of an English show with subtitles like Friends, and repeat 1 funny line. On Thursday, play an online word game like Quizlet to practice vocabulary. Friday might be for reading a comic strip or a blog post. This variety not only keeps things fun, but also strengthens different language skills listening, writing, speaking, and reading. If you're feeling adventurous, try something new, like following an English-speaking YouTuber who shares cooking recipes or travel tips. By keeping your practice dynamic, you'll look forward to each session and avoid burnout. 3, speak out loud to build fluency. Speaking is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English, and you don't need a partner to practice. Speaking out loud helps your mouth get used to English sounds and boosts your confidence. Start by setting aside 5-10 minutes a day to talk to yourself. For example, stand in front of a mirror and describe your morning. I woke up at 7 a.m., made coffee, and read a book. Or repeat phrases from a podcast or movie, mimicking the speaker's tone and pronunciation. You could even narrate your actions as you do them. I'm chopping vegetables for dinner, or I'm walking to the store. If you want structure, try a shadowing technique. Play a short audio clip, pause after each sentence, and repeat it exactly as you heard it. Apps like Duolingo or Elsa Speak can also guide your pronunciation. Don't worry about sounding perfect, just focus on getting comfortable with speaking. Over time, you'll notice your words flow more naturally, and you'll feel ready to chat with others, whether it's ordering coffee in English or joining a language exchange group. 4, embrace mistakes as growth opportunities. Mistakes are not failures, they're proof you're learning. Every time you mispronounce a word, forget a grammar rule, or mix up vocabulary, your brain is working to figure things out. Instead of feeling embarrassed, treat mistakes as stepping stones. For example, if you say, I go to the park, instead of I went, laugh it off, correct yourself, and move on. Write down the mistake in a notebook with the correct version to review later. If you're practicing with a friend and they correct you, thank them, it's a chance to improve. To make this easier, set a mistake-friendly mindset. Aim to make at least 5 mistakes each day, knowing they're helping you grow. Try recording yourself speaking for a minute, then listen back to spot areas to tweak, like pronunciation or word choice. Apps like Grammarly can help catch written errors in your journal entries. By embracing mistakes, you'll lose the fear of being wrong and gain the courage to keep practicing, which is the real key to progress. 5, stay positive and celebrate your journey. Your English journey is uniquely yours. So focus on your own progress instead of comparing yourself to others. It's easy to feel discouraged if a friend speaks fluently or an online influencer seems to learn faster, but everyone has their own pace. Instead, Celebrate your small wins to stay motivated. Did you understand a new phrase in a song? That's a victory. Did you write a sentence without checking a dictionary? Amazing. Keep a success journal where you note one achievement each day. Like, I recognize the word adventure in a podcast, or I spoke English for 2 minutes without stopping. These moments build confidence and remind you you're moving forward. To stay positive, surround yourself with encouragement. Follow English learning accounts on social media, like @EnglishWithLucy on YouTube, or join a supportive online community. If you feel stuck, take a deep breath and remind yourself why you're learning English. Maybe it's to travel, get a promotion, or enjoy English books. By focusing on your growth and staying kind to yourself, you'll keep the joy in learning and the drive to continue. These tips are your toolkit for making consistency work in your English learning. By practicing daily with purpose, mixing up activities, speaking out loud, embracing mistakes, and staying positive, you'll build skills that last and enjoy the process along the way. Every small step you take is a step closer to fluency. So keep showing up, you're doing something incredible. As we finish today's episode of English Adventure, where language meets real life, I want to remind you, growing takes time, but if you keep going, you'll see results. Think of learning English like climbing a big hill. You don't jump to the top in one go, you take one small step at a time. Some days, the path is hard, and you might trip, but every step, even a tiny one, brings you closer to the top where your dreams are waiting. When you feel upset or want to stop, think about why you began. Maybe you want to talk with new friends, do great in a job interview, or watch English movies and understand every word. Hold that dream tight, it will show you the way. You don't need to be perfect. Just keep trying with a happy heart. Here's a saying to keep with you. A long journey starts with one step. Or, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Every time you practice English like learning a new word, saying a sentence, or understanding a story, you're moving forward. Those steps add up, and one day, you'll look back and be so proud of how far you've come. So, my friend, don't give up. Enjoy each moment of this adventure with a big smile. You're building a future where you shine, your dreams come true, and anything is possible. Believe in yourself, you are amazing. Thank you for joining me on English Adventure, where language meets real life. I hope this episode has inspired you to embrace the magic of consistency. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself. You've got this. I'd love for you to take one small action today. Share this episode with a friend who's also learning English, or drop a comment on our podcast page to let me know how you're staying consistent. Let's keep this adventure going together. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next adventure.